I want to start things off by saying congratulations to the Maryland men's lacrosse team for winning the national championship this weekend and for going undefeated this season. That is impressive. Not one loss for the entire year. Psh, that's the kind of dominance you only see in video games when somebody's playing me. Let's hope some of that greatness rubs off on the Terps men's basketball team. The women's team is definitely handling business, so they don't need it, but man, it still hurts seeing the whole men's team miss the NCAA tournament. Yes, I'm still talking about college basketball. Yes, I'm still upset. Not one local team represented us in the big dance in 2022. Y'all know I can't let that go. I lost my voice when I yelled about that. But back to lacrosse. Congratulations to the Maryland men's team on their history-making championship season. If there's one thing we do in Maryland, that will be Old Bay. Oh, that'll be Old Bay. If there's two things we do, that'll be a tripling up on tube socks. If there's three things, it would be hideous flags. 4 would be Cal Ripken. 5 would be yelling at Virginia drivers. If there's 7 things we do in Maryland, one of them would definitely be lacrosse. Let's head to Pennsylvania for this next story, where a truck carrying 15,000 pounds of hot dog filler crashed on Interstate 70, spilling its contents onto the roadway. That's right, hot dog filler. I will never eat hot dogs again after seeing this. All right, I'm lying. I'm definitely going to eat them again. But it's going to take a while to get this pink, sludgy image out of my head. There's a reason why the phrase, "you don't want to see how the sausage is made," exists. It was all of that. Now, I feel bad for whoever had to clean up that slop. Thankfully, the driver and passenger in the truck only suffered minor injuries. I mean, the only thing mortally wounded was my innocence and the innocence of anybody that saw this. I don't know. I can't even go back to what life was like before seeing hot dog pulp on the side of the road. This is not how I wanted cookout season to start. Pray that I can find the strength. I'm praying I find the strength to serve these to my guests without thinking about what hot dog guts actually look like. Actually, I already have the strength to serve them to my guests, just not the strength to serve them to myself. Now let's take a field trip to Paris for this next story to cleanse our collective palates from all that pink slime. A man was detained after throwing cake at the Mona Lisa at the Louvre Museum while disguised as an old woman in a wheelchair.
And this is the guy who admitted creaming the Mona Lisa.
A man dressed as an old lady jump out of his wheelchair.
Faking being handicapped allowed him to get closer to the painting after first pounding on the bulletproof glass that covers the Mona Lisa.
He literally pushed a cake on the glass?
Yeah, just straight up just smashed the cake right up on the glass.
And he had to keep that going for a while. He knew it was going to be a fail when he pushed on the bulletproof glass. This guy hatched a harebrained scheme to vandalize the most famous painting in the world, one that involved a costume and a disability, and still failed, all because the Mona Lisa is behind bulletproof glass. That is, in fact, if that's the real Mona Lisa, because Twitter conspiracy theorists abound. I see y'all. This man tried to challenge bulletproof glass with a cake. Clearly, he's never been to a curry out in D.C. because he would know that pastry never stood a chance. Mona Lisa has that smirk on her face because she's laughing at you, bruh. Yes, at you. According to the Associated Press, as he was being hauled away, the suspect yelled, "Think of the earth! There are people who are destroying the earth. Think about it. Artists tell you, think of the earth. That's why I did this." Now, I am all for protecting the earth. I keep it as green as most people possibly could. I recycle everything. I got a closet full of plastic bags. But this guy clearly had way too much free time during the pandemic. It's one thing to glue yourself to a Starbucks counter over oat milk, but he tried to ruin a painting he couldn't afford to buy in 10 lifetimes. He should have targeted something probably a little bit less secure. I don't know, like a velvet picture of Elvis or the one of the dogs playing poker. You can't start at the top. Wait a minute, did I just say dogs? See, right there, right back in my mentals. Let's move on. Finally, I chose this last story out of Shaker Heights, Ohio. To wrap things up on a high note, a bookstore called Loganberry Books threw a retirement party for Otis the cat, who's worked in the store for 14 years.
Otis approached me for a job 14 years ago. He was quite persistent and good looking, good on a ladder, very good with customers, knew jurisdictions very well, and so I took him on.
Ah, if only I knew that was the way to get a job you were not qualified for. You just hide in the back till they start paying you. Look at little Otis just lying down on the job. He's like a lot of people I know. But did he really need to retire? That gig seems pretty plush. Free food, no responsibilities other than use the litter box, and, don't attack customers. I don't even know if they enforced that last one. But there has to be a reason. Otis must be tired of being petted by strangers and having to chase the occasional mouse. Now, in case you were planning to apply for the Bookstore Cat job opening, the position has already been filled. I'm sorry to all the lazy people out there. If you want to hang out at the bookstore all day, you'll have to buy something. Otis's little sister Alice is set to take over as the new Bookstore Cat. Poor Otis was forced out in favor of somebody younger. That is very corporate America. And it was his sister. It'd be your own people. Otis, I hope you enjoy your retirement. I also hope you saved your money, because I don't want you to have to go back to work as a Walmart greeter. I don't think they make blue vests in your size, but maybe they should. My favorite story, Otis's retirement from a job that never paid him in money. That sounds more like emancipation than retirement. More on that in today's Mic Drop. I'm just playing. It's the hot dog sludge. Because if I can't get that off my brain, you not either. We gonna suffer together. That goes for everybody in here.